A cleanup operation is underway at Bellair in Durban. A team of environmentalists is working with Transnet after pipeline theft led to crude oil spillage yesterday. Now, the province's Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs Department says Transnet has recorded more than 80 incidents of fuel theft and incidents of attempted theft this year. Let's get more on the story. We're across to SABC News reporter Jayed-leigh Paulse in Durban. Very good afternoon to you, Jade. Tell us more about what's happening there.
A very good afternoon to you, Nzinga, and to the viewers. Well, right now I'm coming to you from the Durban harbour. If Ndavi Kumalo just behind the lens can show you, we are here at the moment where a cleanup operation is taking place. Earlier on, we came from Bellair, from Umbilo River, where that oil spill occurred there, and we spoke to the spokesperson of the MEC's office, just chatting to him, asking him what exactly is the situation there and how severe is it. Now, we do know this is not the first incident of an oil spill here in Durban. There has been several incidents that have occurred, and the MEC's office coming out strongly saying that we simply cannot have vandals who are taking or piping, who are vandalizing piping, but also who are extracting petroleum oil from those pipelines. I am joined by Tanusha Reddy. She's from Transnet, and she's going to be discussing and rather talking to us about how it has impacted the water here in the Durban harbour, but also the Umbilo River. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a very big operation, Tanusha. Just tell us what exactly is happening. I see the guys from Spilltech are currently, disposing some sort of oil-absorbing substances here in the Durban harbour. Take us through what's happening.
Thank you, Jayed-leigh. If you look at what we basically have ocean booms put in place. So this basically will contain the flow of the free phase product. Currently, it's just contained to the mangroves and the yacht club, so it hasn't gone to the middle of the harbour yet. And you can see we've got our Spilltech team basically now putting in absorbents. These are fibre absorbents that will basically absorb the free phase product, and then we will dispose these. As you can see, there's skips behind you, and thereafter we will dispose them to an approved landfill site.
Now, Tanusha, what exactly happened? Because I know environmentalists have come out strongly saying that this is a Transnet issue, that the pipelines are shoddy, that infrastructure hasn't been upgraded for many years. From Transnet's side, what exactly is the cause of this oil spill?
Jayed-leigh, since last year, we've been inundated with criminal activity on the pipeline. To date, we've got 140 cases open relating to tampering with essential infrastructure, theft and attempted theft of fuel in the pipeline. And the case in question is certainly a case of attempted theft on the pipeline.
Okay. Now, with regards to the pipeline, because I know there were talks that there was a major pipeline that oil was drilled from. Which pipe exactly was it? And if you can just take us through the process of how that oil is extracted from the ground and how it ends up into the water supply.
So basically, Jayed-leigh, it's our crude oil pipeline that has been drilled into and tampered with, okay? And that has now gotten into the Umbilo River and has gotten into the canal and therefore the harbour. Transnet is working very closely with the MEC of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs on this matter. And we are doing everything possible to make sure that this contamination is contained as fast as possible. It will take us approximately, we estimate now, rough estimates, 3 to 4 weeks to contain this, to stop all free phase product from migrating even further. And we also see high level estimates at the moment, Jayed-leigh, is about 50 to 60,000 litres of crude oil that has gotten into approximately 6 to 7 kilometres of waterway.
Has there been any animals that have been affected, Tanusha?
Jayed-leigh, to date, we have seen no impact on aquatic life or any other animal life around the area. But we have appointed specialists to assess this for us, aquatic specialists. And right now as well, we're concentrating on the mangrove area that's across there.
Okay. So in terms of the containment, I see the gentlemen are throwing these absorbents into the water. They've also put up some sort of a stopper to stop the flow from the water. You did say to me that you're a bit concerned because the weather in Durban hasn't been great. We're expecting more rainfall. Is that a concern at all?
Well, wind and rain always pose a challenge for us to stop the flow of product, right? It basically speeds up and causes all kinds of challenges. But we do believe that the team on the ground are working hard at this and we're going to get this thing resolved. And I think what's important point is, Jayed-leigh, we've got to shine the light on the criminal activity that's taking place in the country and tampering with the central infrastructure of the country. Now, this is a matter that is against the law. The Criminal Matters Amendment Act prohibits the tampering with the central infrastructure of the country. And in the spate of events that has been happening is essentially causing, economic hardship, not just to Transnet, but the country at large, because we supply fuel to the inland. And, any kind of security of supply issues will create a huge problem for the country. So I would like to appeal to the communities around the pipeline and people at large in South Africa to let's all get together. And if you see anything around the pipeline, any kind of activity, suspicious activity, please report it to us. 031 361 1500. Call us, and let us know what's happening, because we've got to work together to curb what is happening.
Thank you very much for your time. Zinga, that was Tanusha Naidu. She is the acting chief executive officer here at Transnet, just talking us about what exactly is happening in Durban. As we know it now, the Umbilo River has a petroleum oil spill in it. It has moved all the way down to Durban North, the harbour here in Durban North. And just saying there that this is criminal activities. We've seen environmentalists coming out quite strongly condemning infrastructure here at the port, saying that, it's pipelines that have caused the spill. But Transnet saying, no, this is actual criminal activities, and they are calling for those who have done this to be brought to book. It's back to you in studio.
Jayed-leigh Paulse giving us an update there from Durban. So when we come